my goodness. You think about businesses right now. It's tough. It really is. As the detrimental economic impact of the coronavirus outbreak grows, perhaps one of the hardest hit areas is the small business market across our state. Shane Dugan, he's the Assistant Vice President of Lending at Nutmeg State Financial Credit Union, has tips to deal with a potential revenue loss. Good morning, Shane. Shane, good morning.
Hey, Gary, how are you?
Great. How are you this morning?
Good. Up and ready to go.
Oh, good. Well, of course. You have to be. I would imagine you're a pretty busy guy right about now, huh?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We are getting an influx of members who are certainly impacted by what's going on right now and are in need of help. And spending countless hours a day doing that.
So what advice can Nutmeg offer Connecticut residents, whether they're consumers or business owners who may be impacted by this virus?
Yeah, so let me start really quickly just about introducing Nutmeg State. So we're a chartered credit union that's a nonprofit organization. We're headquartered in Rocky Hill. We're open to anybody that lives, works, worships, attends school, volunteers in Hartford, New Haven, Middlesex, Collin counties, as well as if you live in the towns of Shelton and Bridgeport. More importantly, though, what we can do for members right now is we actually launched a really neat loan product that allows members to either apply for just a regular loan or a line of credit that gives you 6 months of 0% interest, so that's great, and then also a 90-day deferment on your payment. So you're not going to make any payments for 90 days. You're not going to get charged any interest on this account. We could certainly connect that to any sort of checking account, something like that, if you need to use it to help protect your checking account from overdrafting during that time as well. We also have a number of services like consolidating your credit card debt with our 0% balance transfer offers. We have those regularly, but those are great ways to help obviously reduce the amount of interest that you're paying and pay down your debt much quicker. Refinancing auto loans is also a great way to help lower your monthly expenses. One, if you've heard, interest rates have gone down pretty significantly recently. So if you've got an auto loan in the last couple of years, that'd be a great way to take a look at trying to lower your interest rate.
Nice. Very nice. You're talking about consolidating credit card debt. There's a lot of credit card debts. A lot of credit cards have been maxed out by these small business owners, and sadly, a lot of these are at like 25%, which is just astronomical. That's just crazy. So if they come over and come over to a 0% balance transfer, what's the percentage rate on new purchases?
So right off the bat, for that 6-month period, you're actually going to also get a 0% rate on your purchases. So we have two different options. You can certainly transfer money over to the card, and you get a 0% rate on that. And then any purchases you make in the next 6 months, whether it's for business needs or if you happen to have a personal card of ours, for any sort of personal needs during this time, you're also going to get that 0% interest rate for that product as well.
Okay. So tell me if you can between the difference between doing business with a credit union or doing business with a bank.
Yeah, so a credit union is a non-for-profit cooperative financial institution. So our actual shareholders are our members. So that does a couple of things. One, it allows us to reinvest the money that we essentially earn back into the credit union itself instead of having to pay people who are public shareholders. That will help us lower our rates, have usually significantly lower fees. And in my mind, it also changes the way we do things and the reason why we do things. We're there to really help our members. They're the owners of the institution. So we're there to go above and beyond and really help them. They're really the reason why we do what we do every day.
Oh, nice. So you're a nonprofit. That's great.
Yeah. Yep.
There's one particular program is this new CARES Act that benefits local small businesses. Please tell us a little bit about that if you can.
Sure. So the CARES Act was passed, about 2.5 weeks ago, and a part of that was a package with the SBA. I think it was something along the lines of $362 billion for relief for small businesses. So the credit union, the SBA is working with financial institutions to help get cash in the hands of small businesses so that they can either maintain their staffing or bring their staffing back if they were unfortunately either furloughing them or having to lay them off. So the program will actually put up to $10 million of money in the hands of these companies, which can be used for payroll. Part of the money can also be used for paying interest on your mortgage, rent, utilities. There's some parameters of use in that aspect, like you can't reduce your staff wages by more than 25%. You can't reduce your actual full-time amount of employees. But at the end of the day, if you follow the program the way that it was outlined, and you use that money for those expenses, the money that you borrow will actually be forgiven at the end of that period wholly. So you don't make a single payment during that time. While you're getting charged interest, it's a 1% interest rate, but the government's actually going to pay that interest for you since you're not making any payment. And at the end of the day, you end up just getting that loan forgiven in a couple months down the road.
All right, so
it's pretty amazing.
It covers, all right, so it's got to be used to pay interest on mortgages, right? Rent, utilities, and payroll, right? Payroll for both full-time employees and part-time employees, or is it just full-time?
Nope, you can use it for payroll for any of your employees.
All right, so including...
if you have an employee that doesn't come back or something like that, and you need to hire a new person, you could certainly pay that individual as well, and that would qualify.
Including yourself, though?
For your business owners, correct.
And if you're a sole proprietor, what if you are the only employee of your business?
That is okay as well. So the SBA is working on putting together the parameters of self-employed or independent contractors, they also call individuals. So they can actually apply as of tomorrow, and they would be able to get paid or pay themselves through this program as well.
Wow, that is great. I know we've had a couple of people call up and say, geez, you know, what about sole proprietors? And what if you have no employees other than yourself? All right, so they have to fit those parameters. I get that. But I would imagine you need to show, the small business owner would need to show some documentation of what, like last year's tax returns? How do they know? I mean, I know it's up to $10 million, but how do they know? How does an individual know what they specifically qualify for?
Yeah, so there's some great resources out on our website to help figure out what you qualify for. At a high level standpoint, they're going to basically look at what your average monthly payroll is, and then they're going to multiply that by 2.5 times, and that's going to be what your loan amount is. So for individuals who are small business owners who have employees who are on W-2 type wages, you're going to submit things like your quarterly tax filing reports. We're going to take a look at those and just validate that the amount that you're applying for kind of matches with that information. For your sole proprietors, your single kind of member businesses, it sounds like what you're going to be able to show us is either your 2019 tax returns or some sort of profit and loss statement that helps support what your net earnings was for the year, and that net earnings would be what they consider your income.
Wow, okay. Not bad. Not bad. How long, have you heard of how long is the turnaround? Number one, well, let me ask you this first. To fill out the paperwork and apply for this, you said, number one, it's eligible beginning tomorrow, correct?
So if you are a small business and you employ people, you can apply immediately. It actually started Friday for those individuals. If you are the single member business, like I was just talking about, that would be tomorrow. All
right, tomorrow, Good Friday.
Yes.
Okay. And what's the turnaround rate? How long will it take from the time you fill out these applications to the time that you actually receive check in hand?
Yeah, so everybody is driving individuals to online applications. That should help drive things forward in a much quicker and efficient manner. We certainly have our application on our website. The government had initially stated that the funds should be in the hands of people's business owners within a day or two.
Okay.
The government sometimes could be a little overly optimistic in that aspect.
I know that.
So, yeah. So we are in the process now of getting our first round of loans that applied Friday last week, actually towards the closing table for tomorrow or Monday. So money is just about to get in the hands of people. So I would realistically say it's about a week, give or take, turnaround time from once you apply and you have all of the documents in our hands to review.
that's not bad. Listen.
And if you consider what the normal commercial loan takes, which is a week long, couple weeks long process, if not, months.
Yeah, more. I was going to say, several weeks actually. I was in business for about 30 years, and I've had my share of. I probably had about 3 loans, not to mention, and that's not even including, vehicle loans for, business for the business. That nothing was ever done in a week or two. So
no.
Wow, this is pretty fascinating. So, what assistance now can Nutmeg offer specifically for businesses?
Sure. So, we are a small business administration lender. We are that all the time. Many of the lenders that are jumping on board to this program actually are just signing on for this specific program. As an SBA lender, that offers a lot of extra flexible lending options. So a lot of times it allows you to put a lot less equity into your business to start it. If you're a startup business, usually it's very difficult to find any sort of capital. The SBA kind of comes in nicely and steps in that aspect. So we are an SBA lender as a part of our commercial program. We also offer our regular commercial products, whether that's a business line of credit, term loans, commercial mortgages. All of our regular business services products, checking, savings, for the most part, are free. There's no monthly maintenance fee on any of our accounts. So we really help offer a wide range of products, just like you would go find at your larger bank as well. Even though we're a much smaller, state community credit union, we definitely compete on that level in many ways.
That's great.
Yeah.
So you're really helping businesses all across the state remain operational through this current crisis.
That's what we're trying to do. I mean, that's the important thing, and it's going to be what ends up helping us, get out of this in a much faster manner than I think would be the case if we were all left on our own. We're all in this together. Unfortunately, we haven't seen something like this in forever, as far as
in my life I haven't.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's the important part, is we're all kind of working together to get through it.
So I want to give, first of all, I really appreciate all of this information that you're telling our listeners about. We do have a lot of the business community that does listen to this show really religiously every morning. And before I let you go, I kind of want you to give yourself a plug and for my appreciation for being with us this morning. I know you've got a webinar going on today, actually, right? Can you give us a little lowdown on that? Tease it a little bit? What can our listeners expect if they participate in this webinar this afternoon?
Sure. So first and foremost, you're going to get to listen to me for a little bit longer today. So if you didn't get sick of me this morning, you get to certainly hear some more about it, and we'll definitely get much more in detail on the federal programs, including the Paycheck Protection Program.
Yeah.
So it's today at 3:00. It is a Zoom meeting, but we're actually broadcasting on Facebook, so it'll be a Facebook Live meeting. You can register right on our website for it, and anybody can join. So feel free to join. If you happen to have questions throughout the program, I will take any questions that you have and do my best to try to get to them. If we have a bunch of questions that we can't get to, we will certainly follow up on those as well. But tons of useful information specifically around this Paycheck Protection Program. I'm going to spend a lot of time focusing on that and how to access that capital for your business.
So, in about 30 seconds, because I got a commercial break. How can people attend this webinar online? Is there a website that they go to? And finally, give yourself a plug as well, a phone number and a website for Nutmeg.
Sure. So you can go right to our website, which is www.nutmegstatefcu.org, or you can go right on our Facebook page. You can view it live right as it's streaming.
Okay.
Our best contact number would be 860-513-5000. That's going to get to our regular call center folks. All of our staff is currently working mostly remotely at this point for their safety, but we're all able to work and answer your calls, and we're there to service you guys. So.
All right. 3:00 today. That's today, Thursday, April 9th. 3:00. Either go on the Nutmeg State Financial Credit Union website or go on their Facebook page. And once again, it's www.nutmegstatefcu.org. Well, let me tell you, the Assistant Vice President of Lending at Nutmeg State Financial, his name is Shane Dugan. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. Best of luck and enjoy. Stay safe and best of luck with your seminar today at 3:00.